At least 2,500 plus died in this building. People are hearing slamming noises, things happening on the third floor that doesn't exist anymore. Noises coming from the morgue area down into the basement.
Can you give us like a knock or a tap?
He's good.
Most of the locals that live in this town avoid a place like the site.
He's got that much energy to like touch somebody. If they push you over or something and you're down there, what if you hit your head or something? Nobody's gonna know.
I'm telling you, I seen like a white cloak. It looked like in a little like a tie, and it looked like doctor pants and like black boots.
There's someone standing behind you. Thank you.
We'll wake up in the middle of the night, right around 3 a.m. almost every night. Conversation is going on outside the door.
What was that?
We see shadow people, we see shadow figures screaming at them, and oh, something grabbed his shoulder. They got grabbed, and this time they actually saw a shadow figure come out, peek around the corner.
I turned around and I saw like 2 dots that looked like eyes.
They will pull your hair.
Holy shit, what the f was that?
Will you tell me what my name is?
Dr. Blanchard, are you here?
What was that? When we started this, I was at 70% with my battery, now I'm on 20. That never drains that fast.
Can you please step away from it?
That one's in purple. I think that's one of the strongest ones. That's going nuts. A lot of these dolls in here are known to be haunted. This one in particularly is known for its eyes to open, or close rather.
Okay, what the hell?
What? You're making fun of it?
Oh my god!
Let's go this way. What the f was that? I feel like something touched my neck.
Hi, my name is Chris Sturgill. My wife Pamela and I own the Stimson Hospital, which was originally known as the Harriet Chapman Hospital. It was finished construction in 1874. At that time, it was built as a mansion by a guy named John Swayze. He was a con artist from New York. His whole idea of fun was to roll into a town, start up a business, and then get a bunch of people to invest in it, and then he would just leave with their money. Now, since this was about 1850 or 60, you can kind of do that. It's not like you can call ahead and say, hey, this dude ripped me off. And they do that because this was Wild Wild West that happened in those days. West was a very crazy time. As far as the building goes, it was a no expenses spared attempt to get a different class of suckers by this gentleman. So the entire outside of the house is all mostly metal and brick. There's no wood on the entirety of the outside building other than door frames. A little bit of trim that goes around this. We're actually standing where it used to be a porch. So the building was state of the art at the time. It was all done with radiative steam heat, which was unheard of in the late 1800s. It was all fireplaces. A mansion would have a fireplace in every single room. There was not a single fireplace in this entire building. It was all steam heat. When I show you the boiler room and the other things, some of that will make sense. So in 1919, Harriet Chapman, who was a nurse from Charlotte, her family was big in coal industry. Well, in 1918, that was the end of the Spanish flu epidemic, and so many millions of people died. She knocked on a dentist who owned this building's door at that time and asked if she could buy his building. And she must have just thrown huge wads of cash in it, because in 30 days, all of his equipment and everything he owned was out of the building, and they started construction on the hospital. It took 6 months to renovate the hospital, so again, it was probably day and night, 24/7 until they got it done. They installed an elevator in the main tower, they put tile down on most all the floors, and linoleum on the floors that weren't tile. The tile is all hand set, single hexagonal pieces. There's approximately 1 million of them in the building. They then turned this building into apartments as soon as it was done. While it was a hospital, almost 4,000 people were born in this building. At least 2,500 plus died in this building. So there's a lot of energy that's come and gone in this building. A lot of everything from murders to accidents to train wrecks to just about everything all came to this hospital. It was a trauma center. So as soon as they turned it into apartments, the strangeness started manifesting, and some of the earliest families had stories of how their young toddlers would have their imaginary friends, and instead of Bobby, Joe, Sue, anything like that, the name had something to do with Blanchard. Francis Blanchard was a very good surgeon. He was a gastroenterologist from about 50 miles from here. And he had a bit of a sad life. Both of his wives died under his own knife and surgery, one of them with child who didn't make it. And then he got hit in his Model T by a train. So he got here and worked for approximately 6 months, and as he was finishing surgery on the 3rd floor, which is no longer there, thanks to a fire in 1976, he was walking the elevator taking notes like doctors do, not paying attention, and when he stepped through the fire door and into the elevator, well, it was parked in maintenance mode, and he plunged 40 feet down the elevator pit and landed on his face and died almost instantly. Dr. Stimson was at that point in time in the morgue performing an autopsy or some other sort of procedure, and felt Dr. Blanchard land and rushed over to see him, and just in time to see the eyes go blank. He's stuck around, and many families decades apart had these same stories that their children would make up these names that almost always sounded something like Blanchard as their imaginary friend. All 3 founders died in these walls: Harriet Chapman, Dr. Stimson, and Dr. Blanchard, along with another 2,500 plus odd people. So there has been a lot of past. There's been lots of stories of people hearing slamming noises, things happening on the 3rd floor that doesn't exist anymore, equipment being moved around, noises coming from the morgue area down to the basement. Most of the locals that live in this town avoid a place like the site. When we first bought it, and we're attempting to just rent out a couple apartments so we could afford to finish the rest of it, we'd have people show up, park in the middle of the street, and say, oh, that place, F that, and they just drive off. They wouldn't even bother trying to rent the place. We did get a number of people in here, and they had bad times, so they moved out. So we just decided to leave it as it was when we started restoring the building, which we've been doing for almost 5 years now. Eventually, it will be a bed and breakfast with a paranormal twist. That twist being that paranormal teams can come in and just stay the night or weekend or whatever they want, and actually be able to sleep here, settle down, leave their gear set up, have a little bit easier time investigating. But all the rooms will all be period accurate. So we've invested tons into old antique furniture, things like that. Well, that brings us almost up to when the wife and I actually saw the building. We have done paranormal investigations for almost 18 years. They've been all over the Midwest and the East Coast, and didn't know any of the history of the building. We passed by it, and it just kind of stands out. It seems larger than life when you drive by it. So we thought, man, that would make the coolest bed and breakfast. That'd be amazing if it ever came up for sale. Well, one day it came up for sale. Decided to put an offer on it. And when we did, we went to our credit union and got everything all ready and got pre-qualified for all of that, and called her up, said we're ready to go. She said, well, we're closing on that Thursday. Oh, some guy had rolled into town with a whole bunch of money and decided to buy up 6 or 7 properties as an investment. They had done everything but signing the final closing papers. So we said, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. And just moved on with our lives. Well, about 2 weeks later, we got a call from the real estate agent saying that nothing like that had ever happened before to her and her 40 years of real estate. And somehow the guy just disappeared. Left the state. No explanations, no nothing, just backed out of all the deals, just split. Well, do you guys still want it? Well, yeah, we still want it. So we were already pre-qualified, so we stepped in and actually purchased the building. So maybe the building didn't want to be just turned back into apartments. We've had just hundreds and hundreds of experiences of things happening while we've been here working at a building. And it's gotten to a point where it doesn't really affect us much anymore, even though we're sleeping and living here at the point in time. And we'll wake up in the middle of the night, right around 3 a.m. almost every night, to conversations going on outside the door. And you can hear separate voices. You just can't quite make out what they're saying. But it happens all the time. We see shadow people, we see shadow figures, we hear women crying and babies laughing and babies crying and just all sorts of things. It just all goes on. Most of the teams that have been through here heard and seen similar things as that. So that kind of brings us up to about where we're at right now. We're still working on the building, renovating as we can go. It's only the wife and I doing it. Every penny that we get through any investigation or any event we have all goes into the building.
No way.
Yeah.
Elena, you're getting in the coffin later.
Oh yeah.
What? It's full of dead stuff, but it's fake dead stuff.
Oh wow. My ear's itchy.
Oh yeah, there's a couple rooms in this building that if you're at all sensitive, you can get nauseated, you'll have headaches, you have weird shit.
It's so weird in here.
You're all dolls, some of them are plaster, some of them are porcelain, some of them are God knows what. Some of them will blink at you. The one right here actually came from a Goodwill, and they demanded it be taken out because every time they would close the store and leave, when they came and opened the store the next morning, it was an entirely different part of the building, or hanging from the clothing racks, or just somewhere else, just down here in the center. And so since she's got her own crew going in this, she hasn't really disappeared on us. Although occasionally these little guys have flinked at our kids and freaked them out because they would, But here's another public service announcement. We have a lot around here because there's a lot of scary shit around here. All these surgical instruments are all authentic, real, and used, and possibly 150 to 250 years old. Still surgically sharp. If you cut yourself on this, God knows what kind of DNA and bacteria you are going to have in your system, and we already have a plague going. So look, don't touch. This was invented in 1850. You put some fuel in this, pump it up, spark up a ball of plasma on the end of there, and then you bend over and they burn the hemorrhoids off your ass with it. Burn off at the same time. This is called a hemorrhoid creation.
That is horrifying.
Just saying. Scarier than the demons you're ever going to see. This, on the other hand, is kind of cool. This was invented in 1845, and it's solid brass. And so you open up the back of it, and you put a liquid in there that you would think would possibly smell like maybe vinegar and watermelon. And it's got this huge piston in it, and it's really super amazingly tight spring that you would go up, and then you hook a long hose up to this and a bone applicator. This is a douche machine from 1845. Wow. And you would not have been able to afford this unless you were really, really, really rich. So any ideas what they really put in these? It wasn't vinegar and watermelon, it's all shit. Lysol. So this one is fun. So in the late 1800s, early 1900s, when a woman was going through a special time in life where she'd rather just rip the testicles right off of a guy if he even said hi, they said you were going through hysteria or having hysterics. So some guy came up with, and I'm sure he might have been qualified, but probably not, with the idea of how to fix that. They invented the first vibrator. I was in my dentist chair, and the dentist is down here, he's lived here his whole life. He comes and says, yeah, I think I got something you guys might want for the house. I go, okay. So he comes back with Dr. Stimson's passport.
Really?
Actual passport, stamped, authentic. And his wife is in it, because you could not leave the country without your husband. One is our mascot cat.
Oh.
And some teams have been here a few times. We'll let Luna stay because she interacts with ghosts all the time. We caught her on the night vision camera playing with orbs. Alright, so this was the boiler room. This room is actually pretty active. It wasn't for the longest time, and for the last couple of years, it's just been crazy. We had a team come in here, and real fresh, young team. Not, I mean, young in age, but they were brand new. And just two guys. And one of them was sitting there on that front step, the other one was here dicking around with his camera, and all of a sudden that one jumped up, started screaming at bombs, and something grabbed his shoulder. So, I mean, we're ghost hunters, so he said, get out of the way, I'm gonna sit there. And sure enough, he got his shoulder grabbed. And when they did, they saw a shadow pass by that little hole in the wall there, the lights were still on, and there was light in there so you could actually see it. And so they called us up the very next day and said, man, we gotta come back. And so they did. They came back the following Friday, and they brought two people with them as a team that had never been anything hunting, let alone ghost hunting before. So what I think the first thing they did? Sit over there. They got grabbed, and this time they actually saw a shadow figure come out, peek around the corner, inside the hallway, and then run off. So we've got a prankster somewhere. There's never been anything malevolent here that we've noticed, but they will pull your hair. It'll sit on your lap. We had an event, and somebody felt pressure on their legs, and all of a sudden both their legs went numb, cold numb, and someone was sitting on their lap. We've had people stand there and they feel something hugging their leg, and then their knee goes numb. So there's some things around here that are clingy. But this was where the main boiler was, and it would have encompassed this entire room. It's what they call an octopus furnace. Neat thing to do is turn all the lights off and sit on that top step, if you're brave enough. We had a public event, and they kept trying to put a laser grid right there, and every time they'd get behind it with a camera to see how it was going, the batteries would shoot out of the back of it halfway across the room. Wow. And laser grids, you have to screw the back on. It doesn't come off. But they did it 3 times. They got it on camera. Now, when we first bought the building, this whole pit was actually full of construction debris, and it was all the way up to the edge here. But what we did find was that the counterweight for the elevator is there. So that counterweight would have gone up and down this side wall to take some of the load off the pulleys and pump all the stuff that ran the elevator. Now, elevators in those days didn't have a floor 1, floor 2, basement, all that kind of stuff. There was literally a big knife, Frankenstein-looking switch, and up is up, middle is stop, down is down, and you would have to learn to stop at the right spot. That's why elevator operators in those days were a big thing. You didn't just get on and start going at it. You had to know how that worked. So what would happen is they would bring it down, finally stick the landing, you pull the gurney off, and then back down this step right here as the gurney went down this little ramp. And into the morgue, everybody into the morgue. So Dr. Stimson was actually standing right here performing an autopsy or some sort of procedure when Dr. Blanchard landed right there. I'll let you guys hear what this is really red.
Yeah, it's very red. His eye's really, really red. I'm possessed. Here, look this way with your eye. Yeah. I don't know.
Here was when I put the camera and the audio device up in the 3rd floor. I've been a studio musician for, decades, so the audio equipment I put up there is actually capable of recording from 5 hertz to 50,000 hertz as a high-end studio gear. So that's way, way outside normal hearing range. What I got back was this. Now you'll hear a car going by, kind of muted, and I'll point that out, and then you'll start hearing some weird metallic clinks and stuff. Well, there's nothing in that attic. There's electrical wiring. Nothing moves. There's no mechanical pipes. There's no water pipes. Nothing up there whatsoever that should make any noise. It's all sealed, so no animals get up there. But this happened. Well, here's the thing, and if you think about it, elevators in those days had a fire door, that's a regular open door, but the doors that got in the elevator was this big scissor-looking freaking wrought iron or cast iron door, and when you would open it, it would sound ratchet, it would be like that. So what it sounds like is somebody opened the door, stepped in, shut the door, and then engaged the elevator. Because the elevators those times, again, would be a big steel drum with steel cable, and when it took up that weight, it would squeal. So it sounds like it, and then the elevator hadn't been there for 60 years when I recorded this, so not sure what else that could be.
Wow. The spider?
That's because there's usually always spider sex in there, and so all the mediums call that the demon hole and say you should stay right away from it. And if you put any electromagnetic detectors up there, they usually go just total batshit crazy. Yet this wall has no power. This is the outside wall. This is the city water supply. So it doesn't get any more grounded than a copper pipe coming out of the ground from the city water supply. So there should be no electromagnetic anomalies whatsoever in this area. All of the power in the building is in shielded conduit. You will not find spurious electromagnetic fields anywhere unless you shove your meter right up the ass of an outlet. So anything you get on an EMF meter, that's legit. When you turn off, now these ballasts, they leak EMF like mad, but when it's dark down here, they're inert. You won't get anything from them. So, and strange enough, there's a spot right around this hole. If you've got an EMF meter that has a digital readout instead of just a beep 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 meter, it goes from about 200 to almost 2,500 in the middle, and you can kind of draw the circle right around it and find it's right here. So I don't know what's on the other side of that, and it doesn't always do it, but when it does, it's just really super strong. Now, right behind you on the wall, there's just kind of a neat, more trivia thing. Okay, so this is the original wall. So when the mansion was actually built, one of the workmen with big hands, leaned into it right here, and it looks like a child leaned into this, and then his pet bear, because those are claws, leaned there, and then Satan stopped by, because that's a cloven hoof, or they had a goat in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
Any spirits that are in this house that would like to communicate with us tonight? We just wanted to introduce ourselves and maybe build a little bit of a friendship bridge. And we can get to know each other. So I'll go first. My name is Sugar.
I'm Jackson.
I'm Jenna.
I'm Tommy.
I'm Helena.
And the cameraman is.
Oh, and I'm John.
So we have some cameras here that may seem a little odd looking to what you're used to, but these are the new cameras. We also have a device on the table that you can speak into that is a gray silver color, and a ball on the table that if you touch that, that will light up. And then we have a device in front of Helena that you can touch. We have another one right here.
And then we also have a little music box over here. I'm going to turn this on. It's going to calibrate. You'll hear it for a couple seconds. Then after that, if anything walks across it, it will play that music.
Oh, can you turn the other one on too?
It should be already on.
No, I turned it off.
Does it calibrate?
No, you just turn it on and off, so hopefully we're good. That one, humans, it's hard to set off, so.
Yeah, so.
So,
Let's see if it goes off.
Yeah.
pretty good.
I wasn't next to that when that happened.
Okay, well, if that is indeed a spirit, you guys can come down and come sit by the table with us, get to know us a little more. We would love to have a conversation with you. Maybe you can come tell us your name.
Could you make that go off again? To confirm? Or could you give us any kind of sign that you're here with us right now? Thank you. There's no one near that.
No.
That time.
That's great. Wow, I'm very actually impressed that you wanted to let us know that you are here. Is there anybody else here that wants to turn that box on or that other box and let us know that you're here?
If you come sit at the table, can you make this little ball?
These K2s just went off.
Did it really?
Both of them.
Oh, no, there you go.
Oh. But this phone is on airplane mode, so
Why is the
these
on the
two
side?
spiked.
Can you walk over by the...
Oh, mine's on there.
Okay. Could you walk over by this one over here? This one plays a different kind of tune, but if you want to play with that one, step in front of that one as well. Can you touch this ball too? That might have been me that time. Can you please touch that ball next to it? Not that cat ball sitting there wouldn't make it go off, right?
No. It's just motion.
If this was a patient, can you make the music box go off again?
Oh, that is movement.
If
So, that should not be going off like that because none of us are moving, so.
Everyone's standing completely still, what do you say?
if it's one of the doctors, can you touch that little ball next to it? Can you give us like a knock or a tap?
You asked if it's a doctor and that's not going off. You're asking if someone lives here? Yes. Is it a patient? Yes. Yes, was it a doctor? And it just
Did you just hear that?
What?
You didn't hear the thud? Did you hear it?
Did you make a thought at all?
There's a thud. I just heard a thud.
Oh, that way?
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure you didn't thunk on the.
No.
I heard something from over that way.
You should turn that off then. That probably was you.
Yeah, that's probably me.
Francis Blanchard. I know that your wife actually died under your hand in surgery. Are you still here? Is Mrs. Blanchard still living within these walls here? I'm going to turn on a device that's going to allow you to speak with us. And I'm going to set it right here at the end of the table. If you can come over here by me, I would love to speak with you. This device will make it very, very easy for you to do just that. And I can also hear your voice when you speak. Dr. Blanchard, are you here?
Who's here with us right now?
Frank? Hey, Frank. Hello. Is good.
Who is dead?
Or
Give.
oh, that's the pumper.
Portal.
Oh,
I'll try these two.
you don't seem to be talking in this thing.
You can try this.
Yeah, they're not liking this at all. That's how you do it. That's why we got 50 million different types right here.
I'm gonna just down the hallway so
Does anyone want to communicate with us? Can you tell us your name? How many of you are here with us right now? Can you tell us a number?
You. Are you on FM, right?
It's only on FM for this.
Jeez.
What was that?
It's a spirit. It said it's a spirit.
Yeah.
Like clear as day.
You
What
just-
spirit is here with us? Can you tell us your name?
It just cuts out all the static.
That's nice.
Is any of the doctors here with us that would like to come forth and say something to us? Mr. What is it?
It's Stimson and Blanchard. Francis Blanchard is the one that fell down the elevator that Stimson witnessed. Stimson had the heart attack back there.
Is it true that someone fell down an elevator shaft? Do you want us to split up?
They're not talking very much through the spirit boxes.
Maybe we need to move on deeper into the house.
It's almost like that these spirits are more, maybe they're more verbal. Remember how he said that they hear like babies crying and they hear, so maybe they don't like to use spirit boxes as much. Maybe they have enough energy.
Should we just sit in
For us
silence?
to
To be
hear it?
able, to be able to just move things or make noises or, you know,
That's going off.
is that?
I see it flashing. It was in the yellow. It was like flickering.
Yeah,
I can see
this
it
one.
reflecting against the coffee cup.
See, now I have it on airplane mode,
I
and
have
it
mine
still
on
makes it go
airplane.
off. Crazy, right? I don't know how much airplane mode
Mine
really.
doesn't.
I don't know. It was no. This
These
is
ones
weird.
are harder to make go off for some reason.
Now it's not doing
Now
it.
it's not doing it though. Look, Tommy.
What? Open your phone up though, like make the light go on your phone.
Nope.
Mine's on airplane mode. It's not going on.
Seeing that ladder for some reason, the shadow just corner of my eye. It's like,
Oh gosh. Justin swears there was a doctor standing in
I
the
swear.
doctor's coat
Look at the
on my
video. It's so faint, and that's why I'm trying to.
Maybe once I blew up with the computer, maybe could have been an apparition or.
I'm telling
Like
you,
a
it's
mist
super.
doorway
It's super.
right
It's
back
like
of Helena.
super faint. I seen
He's
like a
freaking
white
out.
cloak. It looked like in a little like a
Boots.
tie, and it went like looked like doctor pants and like
Maybe,
black
yeah.
boots.
Maybe it was
Like
a mist
black-
or something. Guess we'll find out.
What?
Look,
There's someone standing behind you.
look how faint that is.
Oh, and it's trying to focus over
How
there.
faint that is.
What's
Goes all the way down.
I think we take a break, and I think we should split up and get it going. I feel like while we were doing this, when I had my spirit box on, which is very odd that it wasn't saying anything.
No,
Yours
this
was
not
on,
really-
wasn't saying
yeah, it's
anything.
weird.
That's weird. But yeah, we kept hearing stuff. So I have a feeling that this house is going to be more active as far as like moving things, hearing things, EVPs, DVPs, as opposed to
You took a picture of it?
maybe spirit boxes.
Yeah. That was the surgery room.
Look really close.
You're talking about like right here?
Yeah, you see it?
It is weird.
Look,
And like I said, it's
I don't know what
super
you're
close. It's
seeing.
super
I don't
close.
know what you're seeing, honey.
the only thing I could think of is
I mean,
picking
where?
up these bags right here. These white bags.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, that it looked like there was something way over there.
You mean
Oh yeah, those was the bags. Okay.
the bags?
That's the only thing I could think of that it might be. We're at the Stimson Hospital here in Eaton Rapids, Michigan. This is like the the living room area where they have all sorts of goodies in these cases here, haunted dolls. So I'm gonna do what I usually do. So I'm Tommy Tombstone, and I'm here to communicate with any of the spirits that would like to talk to me, including any of the doctors or patients, as well as some of these dolls that would like to come forth and give a hello.
Hi, I'm Helena. I come all the way from Finland, and I'm hoping to communicate with you.
I'm John. I'm the cameraman. I'd like to maybe see you or hear you.
Alright, so I'm going to turn on this music box right here on the bottom of these steps. You will hear it calibrate. So if any spirits would like to come downstairs and, hang out with us, that'd be great. Or if you want to go upstairs because we're annoying you, we will know that you're here. So just like that. I'm also going to put this, I've never used this one in particularly before, but this is one of those REM pods that everyone knows, as you can see. I'm going to put this in the middle of the room right here. Go all the way around it. Is that broken?
Okay, color person. I don't know.
Look at this.
The spot. Which one was it? I don't know. You need to press something.
There's a button on the bottom.
No.
REM 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now do it.
But now you need to press like 3 times.
No,
Well,
it's good.
it works now.
Alright, so.
What? It's the antenna, I think, because it's like blue. 3 times. Yeah.
So if anything wants to come up and touch that as well, put enough of your energy into it. What? I don't know if that's, I've never used this, so.
I don't know.
Is that someone touching that? It's
like,
going like all over.
Yeah.
What? Can you hold that on the yellow light towards me? All the way to, hold it on the yellow.
I think it's.
Can you make it stop? Make it stop for a second, please. If that's you. I don't know. What do you do? Is it malfunctioning? Like.
Can you please step away from it?
That went into purple. I think that's one of the strongest ones.
Whoa.
That's
Whoa.
going nuts. What in the?
I'm just going a little far away.
I heard the purple light is like the strongest. I have no idea. I don't know what the hell is going on with that.
Should we just...
I also got some balls for you to play with. You go up and touch that. It will light up.
Good luck finding that.
Yeah, right.
Where did it go? Oh.
I don't know about that one. Turn that damn thing off. I don't want to bring up my REM pod. I don't know what the hell is going on with that shit. The other one, not as janky. So does any of the spirits here at the Stimson Hospital want to come forward and say something to us or give us a sign? Someone will be watching those balls over there too. this cat ball over here. This thing is like broken.
Huh.
Let's go this way. What the f was that?
What?
I felt like something touched my neck. Or unless it was like a spider web. Or they say like, if you get touched, it feels like spider webs. I don't know what that, I'm not saying it was
I
anything.
felt it on my hand actually, but
Yeah.
I thought it was my own hair. You know,
I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay, now it's working. Alright. Alright. So I heard that Mr. Blanchard and Mr. Stimson, you guys both had I'm starting to smell that cologne they were talking about. You got a whiff of some weird. Is it true that Mr. Stimson, that you passed away in here? Can you shut that window, or is that window able to be closed? Is anyone here with us? If so, could you touch that ball on the table right here? All you gotta do is come up and put a little bit of your energy and it will go off. I also put another one, like I said, right on the stairs over here. Can you give us a sign that you're here? So can you tell us what this room that I'm standing in right now, what does this used to be? Can you tell me who used to spend a lot of time in this room? Could you tell us how many of us are standing in this room right now? Or could you tell me what my name is?
So can you tell us what this room that I'm standing in right now, what did this used to be? Can you tell me who used to spend a lot of time in this room? Could you tell us how many of us are standing in this room right now? Or could you tell me what my name is?
Wait.
Did you hear it?
Or could you tell me what my name is?
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
It says Tommy. No shit.
Or could you tell me what my name is?
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
It sounds like something with a T.
Or could you tell me what my name is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's like a T. There's like definitely like a.
Yeah.
It definitely sounded like Tommy to me. So I don't know.
It could be.
We can keep going. That was it. If there's anyone here still with us, obviously someone that seems to know my name. Try this. I'll try this one more time. All right. If you're here with us, could you make? Can you make that go into the purple now? I feel like this thing's busted. All right, what do you think?
It's just kind of too willy-nilly.
So this thing is garbage, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so this doll right here apparently has had quite a bit of activity. It's called a Century doll. Capital. I just did that. So a lot of these dolls in here are known to be haunted, have activity. This one in particularly is known for its eyes to open, or close rather. I'm gonna set this recording device right here. So I'm trying to get in contact with whatever spirit resides in this doll. I don't mean to blind you or anything with this light, but I would like for you to at least tell me your name. Do you have a name? Could you blink for us? You don't have to be afraid. You just want to see that you're still in there. How old are you? Did you come touch this ball over here? Could you make that go off for us? It's not gonna hurt you.
It's gonna flash like different colors when you touch it.
Can you say anything into this device for us?
So, I'm trying to get in contact with whatever spirit resides in this doll. I don't mean to blind you or anything with this light, but I would like for you to at least tell me your name. Do you have a name?
Cat ball's going off.
But it could be like the table moving.
Could you blink for us?
Stomp on the thing again.
I just don't. Let's just see.
You don't have to be afraid. You just want to see that you're still in there. How old are you? Did you come touch this ball over here? Could you make that go off for us? It's not gonna hurt you. It's gonna flash like different colors when you touch it. Can you say anything into this device for us?
What's that?
Was it a car?
Probably a car.
I think it was a car.
You want to play it again?
Just right at the end. I don't remember hearing any cars go by.
What was that? What that wasn't a car, dude. It sounded like something getting dragged across the floor.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds strange though.
I just want to say that when we started this, I was at 70% with my battery, and now I'm on 20.
Yikes.
What?
That never drains that fast. Pretty bad.
This one is like terrifying. Wait, you can actually see it. Like, is that like the basement you can see from here?
That's the morgue.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Is this it? I think this is it. Or might be there. I don't know. Put it there.
What was that?
It's a shame that our camera stuff is the same.
I thought I heard something.
Alright, yeah, let's go out there and get him. Yeah. Let's go get him.
Go get him.
Ah, shit. I can't remember how to play it. It's a.
Hold on, I'm gonna record you doing this. Okay.
It's been too. I can't do it with this thing. Here. Okay.
If we start hearing this play later.
Ooh.
Okay, now we got the whole thing. So And I can, okay. It's, shit. I can't play it. Okay, whatever.
Well, the neighbors are too. They're probably trapping themselves right now.
Oh, it falls like that.
The neighbors are probably like, what?
Oh, yeah. Because if you're down there by yourself and that thing pushes you over or something, you're kind of by yourself.
Okay.
What the hell?
Oh my gosh. Look at the back of the head.
Why is it hair like that?
What? You're making fun of it?
Hold on,
Just
burp
about
the
to say.
baby again.
Hold on, let me
Burp the baby.
Burp the baby.
We gotta show her.
This is my thing now. It's the only second time I've dealt with baby dolls,
Oh,
so
Lord.
investigation. So
Oh my
you gotta burp
gosh.
that.
I mean, it's literally missing hair.
And
Like,
you just gotta,
baby
like-
would miss hair.
Ew.
Is he creepy?
I told you that one
Oh
was.
my gosh, Toby,
Give
so cute.
give it a little smooch.
Congratulations.
Aww, that's so cute.
Oh,
Now you gotta
gonna
go
make him
just
cry. You're gonna make him cry.
I'm just kidding.
Now this thing's gonna really haunt us now.
Yeah.
Really haunt us now.
Yeah. This one's having a party. He's got a party hat on and shit.
So I'm not gonna do the Estes method down there.
No,
I
I'm
feel
not.
if something's that touchy down there, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You guys can do it, but
Headphones on and just like can't hear anything.
can't see
blindfolded?
anything, and you're blindfolded.
Hell.
That's the
what-
right
that's
way
what
to
we
do
do.
it. That's the right way to do it.
We
You
do
see all
blind-
these people that just sit there with their eyes closed with
No,
it on?
we
You're
put-
supposed to be blindfolded.
We put blindfolds on.
And you're in the dark, and he's saying people are getting touched just down there normal with two people in a room. I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think we'll just go by. We'll just do alone, like by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if something's that got that much energy to like touch somebody, if they push you over or something and you down there, what if you hit your head or something? Nobody's gonna know.
You're right.
Music box.
It felt like someone walked right in. Is this like actually a real thing? Imagine someone knocked.
Right,
Back.
someone knocks back.
Who used to live in this house?
Kids. They say that kids would have imaginary friends.
Son of I said wolf.
So, as I promised, I'm gonna give you an offering.
Is that you? I thought I heard a couple footsteps over there.
You know where I'm from?
I gotta take a break or I'm gonna get pissed. I don't generally get angry at investigations.
Can you tell us any of our names? Or if you just don't like us?
I don't think anyone has ever revoked an offering. I'm taking my cigarette back. What in the was that?
It's like a heartbeat.
People say people get touched or people pull their hair. That's all.
Did you say bitch? Do you want only one of us to be here? And who?
You.
Alone in the basement. If you want to show me and prove that you are here, that you can do something, prove it. Do it. Can you touch this device on my hand? Should I be afraid of you? I turned around and I saw like 2 dots that looked like eyes. My heart just started to beat like super fast. I don't know, I started feeling weird. Put all your energy to it and it starts beeping. It will scare me. I'll probably shit myself if you do that. Holy shit, what the f was that? Scare me. Do something. Because I'm not leaving unless you make me leave. Oh my god! Oh my god. What the f was that? I just felt like I was choking. Are you mad at me? Oh my god. I hope that was a car. It literally sounded like a growl.